Robbie, man, how do I start this deal? You know, it does the heart good, and I've said this at my other weddings of my other children because we've been blessed with wonderful in-laws. But it just does the heart so good when you know two kids are supposed to be together. And I don't think anybody here can argue the fact that these two need to be together.
So I was kind of thinking, I wonder what the biggest wedding party ever was. So I Googled it, which you probably shouldn't do in church. And sure enough, the biggest wedding party ever was set this past February in the UK. A young couple had 130 ladies, 100 guys. And what was funny about it when I was reading the details was it was obviously a publicity stunt because they said you actually had to know the people that were in the wedding. And I'm thinking, this is a joke. I mean, Margaret could have crushed this record. I mean, she has probably, 10 times that number of close friends. It's really a tribute to who she is. She's just such a special lady. She is a friend to everyone. And as Molly Musselman told me yesterday, she said, she just makes you feel good when you're around her. And that is so true. And we're so blessed to have her join our family, and just so excited about that.
They're both bright. They both have a great head on their shoulders. They've got a great heart to steer that head. And they are just a perfect match.
How do I wake my spirit cold? We always say when our history's told, if only we knew the things we know. There's a question ages old. Let me down easy, let me down slow. If all good things ever come.
There may have been a time my mom was a little concerned when Margaret was maybe second or third grade. My mom picked her up from school and she was in a decent mood, and she said, "How was your day today?" And Margaret was like, "Well, fine, but except for one thing, some girls at school started a club and I couldn't be in it." And she didn't seem too upset, but my mom, just in case, to not hurt her feelings, like, "Well, you don't need to be in a silly club," but just out of curiosity, what was the name of it? And Margaret's like, "It was called the Popular Club." Again, another one of my favorite stories about Margaret, because it's just so ironic. She's the most popular person I know, and she's so loved, and she loves her friends so well and her relationships so well. And for someone who loves so well and cherishes her relationships, I don't think anyone could dispute Margaret's relationship with the Lord. And I toast to losing a bid on the Popular Club at gaining the best husband and family ever.
Let me down easy, let me down slow. If all good things ever come and go, let me back down in a place I know. Hold the nail for the hammer stroke.
I want to talk about something that might have influenced the time of which Robbie proposed to Margaret last year. If you noticed on the slideshow, the first picture we have of Margaret and Robbie together is in Hunt. That's because the first time we ever met Margaret was when Robbie brought her to our family. What are you laughing about? Okay. I don't know my exact words, but I go up to Robbie after meeting Margaret, and it was something along the lines of like, "So when are you gonna propose, Robbie?" "So where's the ring?" And every time I would meet Robbie, when Margaret was there, I would like nag him about it. And the last time I did was August in 2014. Yeah, and then he proposed, and I was like, called it.
It's my tone. It's my weapon. It's my loan.
We're just absolutely thrilled to welcome Robbie into the fold. You're a great young man. Our family was immediately in love with you. We're so thankful that you're in the fold, man. You got great taste in women. I can tell you that. But as your new brother-in-laws will attest, you're a perfect fit, and we're just very grateful for that.
So, kind of as the legend has it, Robbie and Margaret met at a UT Texas Tech football game in 2010 in Lubbock. Robbie's this diehard Texas Tech fan, self-proclaimed at least. How did he find time to, try and pick up girls during probably Tech's biggest game of the year?
This is like the weekend they met. And Margaret, I find her in the crowd, and I'm like, "Where have you been? I have our tickets. I'm ready to go in." She goes, "Carrie, I'm in love."
This was like the absolute perfect social opportunity at a football game. Robbie didn't need to be paying attention. It's Tech football.
Margaret loves well, and it's genuine, but she loves big. But to hear her say, "I'm in love," she'd never really given a boy a second look, as far as I knew. And we both talk about other things, watch the games. Margaret kind of dozed off a little bit on my shoulder, and something exciting happened, so it woke us both up, and she goes, and I thought she was going to talk about the game, what happened? And she goes, "I forgot I was in love." These two, I could not be happier. And Robbie Zimmerman, thank you so much for picking Margaret, and Margaret, well done.
Robbie, you've been my best friend since the day you were born. Watching you and Margaret's relationship, I think there's, stuff to learn for anybody here. Just, how y'all always put God first, open communication it's amazing. And we just cannot wait till tomorrow.
And if you know Margaret, "I love you" comes freely from Margaret. You've all heard, if you're here, you've heard it. And if you haven't, I'm so sorry, but
we are here to celebrate a love story, the love story that you two have for one another. But I know, because of the times that we've spent together, that your love story is a result of your love for Jesus Christ. And that's the most important thing that we're doing here right now. We're celebrating Jesus and the covenant of marriage that He has given to the human race, that man and woman might come together and join in holy matrimony and be united for life. It is the greatest decision you will make. In the name of God, I, Robbie, take you, Margaret, to be my wife.
In the name of God, I, Robbie, take you, Margaret, to be my wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Until we are parted by death.
Until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
In the name of God, I, Margaret, take you, Robbie, to be my husband.
In the name of God, I, Margaret, take you, Robbie, to be my husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poor.
For richer, for poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish.
To love and to cherish.
Until we are parted by death.
Until we are parted by death.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
May I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Robbie Zimmerman. It is appropriate to kiss your bride at this point.
Join hands with the comets as they fly.